Welcome to Living Life, the show that allows you to pursue things that make you happy, curious, and keep you open-minded. This is Living Life on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. Welcome to a Sweets, Treats, and Eats mini clinic on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. I'm Howie Morgasen. So this is the first in a series of mini clinics that we're going to do on quick breads. Simple definition of a quick bread: there is no yeast in a quick bread, so you don't have to wait a long time for it to be ready to bake. You mix it together, you put it in the oven, and in an hour or so you have a quick bread that's ready to go. So we're going to explore several quick breads in this series. The first one that we're going to do is a banana bread. So we start off with the dry ingredients. So we have here some all-purpose flour. We'll put that in there. And then we have some baking soda. And we have some salt. So we will whisk those together. Okay, and then we'll put that off to the side. And now we'll start on the wet ingredients. So we have some butter here. This is unsalted butter that we're going to put into our mixer. Got a little more here. Put that in too. Then we have some dark brown sugar. Dark brown sugar is going to give us some great flavor. And then we have some Greek yogurt. And this is plain whole milk Greek yogurt. And we're going to put that in the mixer. And we're going to start it going. And this has to go for about 4 minutes because what's happening is the sugar is cutting the butter. And it's mixing it and it's integrating with it, and that's going to give us a nice fluffy batter to work with. So we're going to wait for about 4 minutes and then we'll continue on. So I've already put 1 egg in with the butter and the dark brown sugar and the Greek yogurt, and that's going, and that's going to go for a minute. And I just wanted to remind you, if you wanted to see back episodes of Sweets, Treats, and Eats, you can check us out on our YouTube channel. And you can find all the back episodes. I'm now going to put the second egg in and make sure the egg white gets in there. Okay, and that is going to mix for about a minute or two just to make sure it gets fully incorporated, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, so now that the eggs are in there, we're going to put the dry ingredients in, and that's the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. So we'll add it gradually, and each time we'll give it a second for it to get absorbed. So I'll keep adding this here, and then once we have it in, we'll let it go for a minute, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so you saw in the bowl that the batter is ready, and now it's time for the star of the show, which is the bananas. Now this doesn't necessarily look like a banana, but I will tell you that the bananas that you use for a banana bread are the ugliest bananas that you have in your pantry. They are the ones that are brown, they are spotty, and they are starting to get soft. Those are the ones that you would normally throw out, and those are the perfect bananas for a banana bread. So what you do is you peel the bananas, you put them in a bowl, and you take either a fork, or if you have that potato masher thing, and you chop them up. And this is what happens. They get really smooth. It's okay if it's a little bit lumpy, that's fine, but it's gonna have a lot of liquid in it, and that's going to help it. So what we're gonna do is take our mashed bananas and we're gonna empty them into our mixing bowl here. Let's make sure we got all of it. Yeah, we just about did. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the mixer on and give those a minute to mix together. And then we're going to talk about the different fillings that you might want to put in your banana bread. So stick around. Okay, so we have our batter that's ready to go, and we have our mini loaf pans. So mini loaf pans is a great way to make a variety of quick breads without having to make a lot of big loaf pans. So to prepare the loaf pan, you see I have some parchment paper. I've sprayed the inside with some cooking spray, and then I put the parchment paper in there. This is going to make it much easier to remove the quick bread once it's done. So I have a ladle because that's the easiest way for me to get it into the pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the batter and I'm going to put it into the loaf pan like this, a little bit more. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll put this one over to the side and I'll grab the next one, and the next one I'm going to do chocolate chips with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bowl and I'm going to put some of the batter into the bowl here. Let's grab a little bit more, like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to put them in. And then what I'm going to do is mix the chocolate chips in. I can probably add a little bit more. Okay, and then we'll mix the chocolate chips in. And then we're going to take our pan. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that into the loaf pan. Sorry, stepping in front of my cameraman here, doing the best I can. Okay, so we got the chocolate chips in there. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the nut one. So we'll grab again our bowl here and we'll grab some more of the banana bread batter, put that in. Grab a little bit more here. Okay, we got that. And then we will take our walnuts, which we bought already chopped, and we're going to put those in. And then we're going to mix that into our banana bread. And looks like we've just got a few more of these we'll put in. So if you have nut allergies, this is the way to do it so the people who have the nut allergies can enjoy the other varieties and they're not affected by this one. So now we have the last pan here. And what we're going to do is grab our batter. And we're going to put our batter in the pan. Okay. So now what we do is we give our pans a sort of bang to level them up. And chocolate chip. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these three into a 350-degree oven. And since these are mini loaves, they'll probably take 25 to 30 minutes. But a clean toothpick inside will tell you when they're done. And we'll come back and show you what they look like. So we did that work on the banana quick bread, and here is the results of what we came up with. So we used one batter, but then before we put it in the loaf pans, we mixed it with different things. So here we have the chocolate chip one that we did. Here is the plain banana bread over here. And here is the banana bread with walnuts. And you'll notice we put the nuts one in a separate serving dish. So we would separate it so the people who have nut allergies would go over here, and the people who don't can come over here and over here. So it looks really good. I think I'm going to try the plain banana bread just to sort of see what it tastes like. It is nice and moist and delicious. You really got to try this recipe. So thanks for joining me in this quick clinic on quick breads. And we have more quick breads to come. We're going to show you how to do those. I think we're going to do a pumpkin bread. I think that would be really good. So make sure you join us for that. And I will see you on the next episode of Sweets, Treats, and Eats on the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. I'm Howie Morgasen. See ya.